Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check. You good? All right.
What the? Frank? Did you forget to pay our taxes for the last 2 years? This says we owe the IRS $8,000.
Maybe?
Well, the IRS didn't forget, and now they want their money. How are we supposed to pay for this?
There's no need to get upset. Just call Tax Defense Network. Our tax professionals, they can help with
Welcome to the High School for Media and Communications Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. I'm going to ask for our guests, parents, teachers, and students to please remain standing for the presentation of our colors. Please remain standing as one of our 11th graders, Arrietty Gomez, will sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly screaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Great job, man.
You may be seated.
And now we're going to call to the podium Ms. Brock to continue with the program. Ahora la señora Brock para continuar con el programa.
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to see everyone on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday for this amazing event. Okay, so welcome to the High School for Media and Communications graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. I'm going to give you guys a round of applause because I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelly Brock, and I'm a teacher leader here at Media. I've been working here for the last 21 years, and this is my family, this is my home, and I love being here and being here to see the amazing graduates every year. I feel very privileged and honored to speak with you guys today. Let me be the first to congratulate you And also, I want to just say to this class, your 4 years here were rather difficult, but you persevered and you overcame. So it is a joy to see you sitting here today. And we are so, so proud of you. But I am here today to introduce Principal Sophia Russo. Sophia started her career on this campus years ago, but then she worked elsewhere for a little while. When we needed someone to come back to the educational campus here at George Washington, she heard that call and she came back home. This year she became the first Latina principal for the High School for Media and Communications. It was a trying year, believe me. We had to fight COVID, we had some difficult times, we had a principal transition that Sophia had to go through, but she led this school with integrity and grace, and we are so very lucky to have her. So please join me in welcoming Sophia Russo for her opening remarks on this, her first graduation ceremony as our principal.
How do I lower this? I didn't wear my heels today. Okay, that's okay, I'll twist it. So, oh, thank you. Yeah. Graduating class of 2022. The theme of my message to you today is grit. Having grit means that you work hard to follow through on the goals that are important to you. It is a personality trait that you develop when you are true to yourself. Earlier this year, right before Mr. Villar retired, and he's here, by the way, behind you. Mr. Villar and I, we went to every class and we spoke to you about the change that was coming in the school leadership. I remember clearly when he said, always be true to yourself, never betray yourself. Once I became the principal in December, I started to experience many moments when I had to decide between doing something to please others or doing something because I knew it was aligned to important goals. I know that many of you have faced these moments too throughout the past 4 years of high school. The fact that you are graduating now shows that you maintained focus and worked hard to finish what you started. No matter what distractions, challenges, or pandemics you faced. That is called true grit. Before you go, I want to give you 3 last assignments posted on Google Classroom, due Monday. 1, just listen. Always hold on to your authentic nature and joy, who you are. 2, always reflect on how you can soften in any area where you've been too rigid to grow. And 3rd, always come back to visit. Congratulations on this accomplishment. It has been a pleasure to serve you.
Thank you, Ms. Russo. We would now like to invite our salutatorian, Maximiliano Alcantara, to the stage for his speech. Oh, there he is. To the microphone.
The speaker, good? Right there. Can you put it a little bit more up, please? Right there, yeah. Good morning and welcome to the 2022 High School for Media and Communications Commencement Ceremony. Dear classmates, administration, teachers, and counselors, my name is Maximiliano Alcántara Lugo, and I am one of many students who have successfully completed my studies in this great school, which has filled us with great satisfaction and pride. I am celebrating this day with my friends and family at the end of another stage of our lives. Agradezco a mis padres, primeramente, por todo su apoyo, amor incondicional y paciencia, y por estar al pendiente de mí en todo momento. I want to also thank my teachers, counselors, and dean for their patience and their knowledge that makes us better human beings and better students. And finally, to my friends and classmates, for all we have done through these challenging times, we did it. Throughout these 4 years, there have been many challenges that have helped me build a better version of myself. It has not been easy for some, and for others, it has been very complicated. As humans, we witness unimaginable events which, like the pandemic, has been a turning point in our history and helped us to be resilient in many different ways. This pandemic has completely changed our lives and the lives of all the people around us. It took away friends, family, and people close to us, and yet we have the blessing to still be here. I can say that we have done the best we could to our abilities and that each and every one of us has lived it the best way possible. I started my journey at school with mixed emotions. First, without knowing what my path was going to be, and second, with expectations of what school was going to be like. What friends was I going to make? What were my teachers going to be like? And in a question in the air, how was I going to get to the day we have reached today? I faced many challenges, the main one being the pandemic. It brought everything that changed around us, not being able to go to class and being able to study with the company of my friends and teachers. It was very complicated to be in classes remotely. The times that the computer or cell phone disconnected us for some reason, or being locked up at home without leaving my bedroom, having lost almost 2 years of physical contact with my friends and teachers has been something very difficult. But in some way or another, these challenges made us better people. I am convinced of that. Facing decisions that I must make about my future has been challenging. What do I want in this life? What will my next challenges be? How will I be able to dedicate myself to what I like? Will it be the career I want to study and make part of my life? And what if I'm not good at it? Many questions are still in the air, and few answers came in. Others I try to discover. Sometimes it makes me a little anxious to know the truth of these. However, I am aware that answers will arrive when they should arrive. I have heard that each thing or situation in life has a reason for being and happens for a reason. And to a certain extent, I should not worry about the future. I am convinced every situation and person comes into your life at the perfect time. I want to be great, and I know we will all be great, and I will prepare myself for it. I believe that it is one of the goals that each one of us has. That is why I invite you, my fellow colleagues, friends, to prepare the ground for a promising future, a future that is uncertain, and yet we can prepare the way for everything to flow. I want to flow with life, and I will flow with each event. So I ask you, fellow graduates, are you ready to start the best journey of your life? Yeah! I know you are, and together we will achieve it. Let's not despair about what the future holds. Let's prepare our body, mind, and spirit for it. And let's be better human beings, more awake and more human. Let's have empathy for all people. Let's respect differences and build bridges that unite us as friends and society in general. Time is very valuable. Let's take advantage of every moment to make the best of ourselves. Our humanity is very diverse, and we must act for a more humane, sustainable, and empathetic world. Listen to your inner voice, and you will realize that the power is in you, and only in you. We are responsible for our future. I guarantee that everything improves, everything has an ending, and everything will be perfect for you. I would like to end with a quote that is meaningful to me. Sometimes it is the people no one imagines anything who do the things no one can imagine. Alan Turing, thank you.
Thank you, Max. I would now like to introduce Miss Marilyn Ramirez, an English teacher here.
Hello and congratulations, class of 2022. I am so happy to be here with all of you, and I am honored to introduce your keynote speaker. This person embodies what community means. He was a student here, so he's like one of you, and he went on to study at Columbia University, and he wanted to come back to his neighborhood, to give back to the very neighborhood that raised him and that saw him and his family through the struggles that they lived through. He went on to law school. He has worked in housing rights, in human rights, and it is a great honor for me to introduce to you Mr. Sean Abreu. Come on up, Sean.
Thank you, Teacher Marilyn Ramirez. Thank you, Principal Sophia Russo. And congratulations, class of 2022. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. My name is Sean Abreu, and I have the honor of being your city council member. There's a lot of work that the city council does that I'm proud of, including writing laws and making sure that our government and our schools operate the way they're supposed to. That matters to me because this is my home. I grew up on 161st. I went to media, same as all of you, same as my entire family, including my brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad. I'm a proud GW alum. And it wasn't that long ago that I sat right where you sat. Maybe 12 years ago, graduating from high school and thinking about what comes next. My mind was all over the place the day I graduated from high school, the day I graduated from media. I was really excited. I was a little sad. It felt like I had 1,000 memories flashing through my mind all at once. As a media graduate myself, I can definitely say that I don't think any of us will ever forget cheering for the George Washington Trojans. Our shoes randomly setting off the metal detectors in the mornings. Or the day we finally decided we were never eating the cafeteria food again. But there were times in my life when I didn't know whether I'd make it to my high school graduation. I had a rough time as a kid. My parents got separated. My dad lost his job. We were evicted from our home because we couldn't pay rent. Like I said, rough. So while all that was happening and my family was basically struggling to survive, I wasn't really getting what I needed to succeed. I actually wound up failing the 4th grade and having to repeat a year because I failed the state reading exam. It was awful. I was sad and, quite frankly, embarrassed. I worried about what people would think about me. I kept asking myself, how had I messed up? What did I do wrong? But sometimes life goes sideways, even though you didn't do anything wrong. And that's when you need to hold on to the people around you, right? Look at your classmates, your teachers, your family members. These are the folks you lean on during the most difficult times. And I had people who loved me and cared about me and who helped me get back on track, right? My family, my teachers, my friends, they were all there for me. 4th grade was a lot easier the second time around, I'll say that. I was quite up to speed and I got 4s, you know, those regents, those things that started the year that I began, actually. But so were a lot of other things, right? I was just a kid, but I knew I would never let myself be in that position again, right? That feeling of being behind. We can be behind, but that feeling of being behind is something that I told myself would never happen. So I made it to high school graduation day, in large part thanks to Ms. Brock, Mr. Carbone, and Peter DeMarco, and Marilyn Ramirez, and Ms. Lee Sam, and among all these other teachers that I'm sure you all love. And then I made it to law school graduation day. And then I got to take a job as a housing lawyer, right? Going to court every day to stop families from getting evicted, just like families like mine, like my own family, right? My own experiences, right, informed my passion and what I wanted to accomplish. And now I have a job on the city council, looking out for families across this city. And I'm thankful to a lot of the parents here who voted for me and making sure that I can be your city councilman to represent you. Every graduate here today has worked hard for this accomplishment. I am so proud of each and every one of you because I know each and every one of you has your own story about what it took to get to this day. And while we are right to celebrate this achievement, it's also important to look back at the struggles and challenges that we faced. We all have to share our stories with others and help the world understand what it means to grow up in Harlem and in Washington Heights and everywhere in between. What it means to graduate from high school in this day and age. This is how we start to control the way the world sees us, by telling our stories. I encourage you to impact this community using whatever you do best. Maybe it's through music, maybe it's through media, maybe it's through medicine. It could be done by running for office or organizing your own neighbors. Today, you may be sitting here with a lot of questions about what comes next. Whatever you do, don't forget the community that raised you and your obligation to make sure it's just a little bit better for the next group of students. If you do that, no matter what you do or what comes next, no matter the obstacles that are in your way, you will be unstoppable because you'll be fighting for your home. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Abreu. We would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Miss Amber Nunez Simei.
A little lower. Good morning, all. Muy buenos días a todos. Yeah. To my fellow graduates, the class of 2022, congratulations, we finally made it. I want to start by giving a huge thank you to our school staff, starting with our principal, Ms. Russo, who has been an incredible role model for many of us.
We need a better mic person.
There you go. Slow down. Take your time. Wait.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Our vice principals, counselors, Ms. Gonzalez and Ms. Pallero, who treated us as their kids. There's not enough words that can express how thankful and grateful we are for you two. To the people who made sure we were always safe in our school. To the dean and school aides that made sure we always made it to our classes. To Catholic Charities, who provided us with many opportunities, including jobs. To our attendance staff, and most importantly, our teachers. During these 4 years, you have shared your time and knowledge with us. You have gone beyond your duty. You have helped us grow into better people, believe in us even when we didn't. You challenged us. You sat with us and talked to us about our problems and gave us advice. I'm sure that all of you have made an impact on many of us. Thank you for making our lives as students better. To our parents, thank you for being our biggest supporters. You made sure to wake us up every morning to go to school even after we made every excuse to not go. You dealt with us and our random moods during quarantine, listened to us complain about school, fed us, and made sure we were healthy. I know that this was part of your job as parents, but this was what helped us get to here where we are right now, graduating. You should all be proud of yourselves today because with all your hard work, we wouldn't have made it by ourselves. Now I want to thank my parents, Papi, Mami, Susana. Wait. I'm sorry. Hoy me gustaría mostrarles mi gratitud a los tres. Me siento muy bendecida y honorada de tenerlos a los tres como mis padres. Papi, llegaste a este país sabiendo que la vida de un inmigrante sería muy difícil, pero eso no te paró porque tu motivo en venir a este lugar era para brindarnos una vida mejor a mí y a mis hermanos. No tengo palabras que puedan expresar que tan agradecida de por su sacrificio hoy tengo una mejor vida y educación. Mami, aunque hoy no puedas estar aquí conmigo, y Cristal, te quiero decir que eres mi ejemplo a seguir como madre. Decidiste dejarnos ir a otro país sabiendo cuánto te destrozó, pero lo hiciste con la intención de darnos la vida que hoy tenemos. Susana, gracias por ayudar a mis padres a criarnos. Se convirtió en mi segunda mamá. Sé que fue muy difícil al principio tratar con niñas que no eran suyas, pero de alguna manera se aseguró de demostrarnos siempre cuánto nos ama y lo orgullosa que está de nosotras. Hoy no solo me graduó yo, sino también es mi padre. También me gustaría darle las gracias a mi hermana mayor por siempre darme su apoyo. I consider our graduating class to be a unique one. The reason I say this is because, as we all know, we started high school and a year and a half later we went into quarantine. We thought that our school was going to be closed for 2 weeks, which was our dream. But those 2 weeks turned into 2 years. During those 2 years, many of us lost families and friends. We even lost ourselves. Adjusting to a new teaching technique was really hard for many of us too. But apart from all the dark moments we had, we also made some of the greatest memories through video calls. We saw each other's morning faces. We shared the things we ate. We showed our rooms. We argued over the smallest things. We joked with our teachers and shared things that we would have never shared if we were all in person. During these 4 years, we met a lot of people and made friendships that helped us get through high school. And for me, those people are Crystal, Lester, Javi, Donovan, Haley, Roselli, and Zenaida. Well, you guys, I don't think I would have made it through high school. But I also want to say that everyone I share a classroom with made my high school experience better. And you guys know who you are, which is all of you. Finally, after being together for 4 years, making the best memories together, we're saying goodbye to each other. So fellow graduates, no matter where you are in life, never doubt yourself. Be bold, be curious, be your best self, and follow your dreams, because this is not the end, it's just the beginning. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Amber. At this time, I would like to invite 2 of our students to stand. The first is Ms. Habibatu Sar. Habi is being recognized because she is the recipient of the Simon & Schuster Scholarship, which is a scholarship that will enable her to receive $8,000 during the course of her college career towards all of her textbooks. So congratulations, Habi. The next person I would like to invite to stand is Mr. Abel Arias Rodriguez. Abel is the recipient of the Ronnie Tineo Scholarship, which is a scholarship that is awarded to one of our media students each year through the generosity of the family of Ronnie Tineo and friends and family of the school community who donate to this cause. Ronnie was a student who tragically lost his life after his graduation, and the family wants to honor his memory by allowing a media student to receive this scholarship each year. So Abel is the recipient, and congratulations, Abel. We would also like to invite you to look in your program and to see the names of all of the students who were able to receive awards this year in the class of 2022, as their names and the categories are listed in the program and were presented at the Senior Awards ceremony on Thursday night. So congratulations to all of our recipients. Where am I in the program? Okay, we're at the presentation of diplomas. Ready? Now for the part we have been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas to our graduating class. Say it in Spanish.
Ahora vamos a continuar con el programa haciendo la presentación de los diplomas. Le vamos a pedir cortésmente a las familias que están paradas de este lado que por favor o se sienten hacia atrás o vayan abajo de la carpa, porque los jóvenes van a caminar por ese lado. Sorry. Es el momento de ellos, tenemos que dejarlos brillar acá. So, les prometo que todas las fotos se los vamos a enviar. Antes de continuar también, and before we continue as well, we would like to invite our former principal, Mr. Juan Villar, to the stage so that he could help Ms. Sofia Russo with the presentations of the diplomas. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Villar.
We had to call him on the mic or he would refuse. Okay. Before we begin, I would like to say to the class of 2022, it has been a pleasure. There have been some moments when I wasn't sure in 2018 when you entered if we would make it to this point, but you guys have done it. And I would like to say also that you guys are the only class that I worked with continuously from 9th grade to 12th grade, even though I've been here for 14 years. So you guys have my cell phone number. Please keep in touch and come back to visit us. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna get started. When you come up, hand me your index card, okay?
They're coming this way, right? This way. This way.
Do we have music that plays while they come up? It's so like silent. I guess not. Let me take my.
Everybody
Just in case I blank out. I forget somebody's name.
All right, are we ready?
Is there music that's played while they march up? Can you ask them if they play any music? Elizabeth just said to tell them to start the music. Who plays it? I don't know, someone down there. I think so, but just a little quieter maybe. Okay. Ready? You're first. Mr. Alberto de la Rosa. Mr. Donovan Carmichael. Mr. James Haddon. Mr. Alan Brito. go forward, can I ask the crowd to just move back a little so the graduates have space? Thank you. Mr. Daniel Hernandez. Everyone's almost falling up those stairs. Mr. Elian Hernandez. Mr. Eduardo Guzman Guaman. Ms. Nicauri Guzman. Mr. Wintermil Garcia. Ms. Patricia Garcia. Mr. Daniel Garcia. Nathan Feliz Ramirez. Mr. Anthony Martinez. Mr. Christopher Navarrete. Mr. Jeremy Morales. Mr. Jose Arismendi Din. Mr. Diego Tejada Duran. Mr. Christopher Wilder. Miss Alicia Washington. Mr. Xavier Victor. Mr. Samuel Velez Gaspar. Hold on, we're getting them back up here. Mr. Mahamadou Tankara. Mr. Lester Torres. Getting them back up. Ms. Doris Tiburcio. And Ms. Diana Valera. And last but certainly not least, our valedictorian, Ms. Amber Nunez. And our salutatorian, Maximiliano Alcantara.
So that we continue with the ceremony, we're going to ask all the graduates to please return to your spot. And you may be seated.
Okay, you ready? So, you have to start with the tassel
To the right.
on your right side, and then you move it to the left side. And that means that by the power invested in me by the state of New York and the New York City Department of Education, you are officially high school graduates. Congratulations. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again for Instagram, for TikTok. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Okay, you're going live on IG? Okay, let's go. So you have to start on the right, and then you move it to the left. Okay, ready? Okay, so let's do it one more time. So, by the power invested in me by the state of New York and by the New York City Department of Education, you are officially high school graduates.
Can you take a picture with that in the background?
I fly with the stars in the skies. I am no longer trying to survive. I believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire, it's my empire. And yes, I call the shots, I am the umpire. I sprinkle holy water upon the vampire. In this very moment, I'm king. In this very moment, I slay Goliath with the sling. This very moment, I bring, put it on everything. That I will retire with the ring, and I will retire with the crown. Yes, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I couldn't do it all alone. We, Young Money raised me, grew up out in Paisley, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and it's crazy. Cause I'm still hood, Hollywood couldn't change me. Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me. Ain't being cocky, we just vindicated. Best believe that when we done this moment, we'll be syndicated. I don't know, this night just remind me of everything they deprived me of. Put your the drinks up. It's a celebration every time we link up. We done did everything they could think of. Greatness is what we on the brink of. That I could have this moment for life. For life. For life. 'Cause in this moment I just feel so alive. 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 I wish that I could have this moment for life. For life. For life. This is my moment, I just feel so alive.
What I tell them, ho, bow, bow, bow to me, drop down to your knees. Young Money, the mafia, that's where the love sees. I'm in the Dominican, Big Papi Ortiz, doing target practice, all these groupies just aiming to please. Shout out to the CEO, 500 degrees. Shout out to the OVO, Red Wings and Fatigues. So they wanna be friends, how coincidental. This supposed to be y'all year, we ain't get the memo. A young king, pay me a gold. 40 got a bunch of weed, he ain't even roll. These niggas be dropping songs, they ain't even cold. Weezy on top of that, they ain't even home yet. Yeah, be very afraid. These other rappers getting bodied and carried away. Fucking me and Nicki getting married today. And now you bitches that be hating can catch a bouquet. Ooh, yeah, you a star in my eyes. You and all them white girls, party of five. Are we drinking a little more? I can hardly decide. I can't believe we really made it, I'm partly surprised. I swear, damn, this one for the books, man. I swear this shit is as fun as it looks, man. I'm really trying to make it more than what it is. Cause everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
That I can have this moment for life. For life. For life. 'Cause in this moment I just feel so alive. 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 I wish that I could have this moment for life. For life. For life. This is my moment, I just feel so alive. This is my moment, I waited all my life, I could tell it's time. Drifting away on with the sun sets, I become
Porque yo quiero follar. Hoy no le para. Trae la juca y vaso. Que me bote del trabajo porque no me voy a
Me fui con una loca involucrado. Mañana de trabajo todo botado porque yo estoy en alto un vaso envenenado. Los cuartos que cobro los tengo gastados. No le para nada, yo lo cojo prestado. El hierro a cuarto lo tengo clavado. Esto yo lo hice para que está chochado. Después del vecino que estaba acostado y estoy loco. Estoy como que me saca la loto. Todo lo que tengo encima le explota y la que se me cruce le rompo su ay.
Hoy me voy con una loca. Porque yo quiero follar. Hoy no le para. Trae la juca y vaso. Que me bote del trabajo porque no me voy a soltar. Bueno, amanecí contento. Hoy yo me voy de rumba, me voy a gozar mi vida. No sé si mañana estoy en una tumba. Zumba, amanecí contento. Hoy yo me voy de rumba, hoy voy a gozar mi vida. No sé si mañana.
Okay, so we have some refreshments, some grab and go under the tent. Feel free to go and grab something to eat. Tenemos algunas picaderas y algo de comer debajo de la carpa, se pueden ir a buscarla.
Que no venga nadie a dañarme el momento. Me siento bien, amanecí contento. Ya no hay llanto, no hay dolor, no hay sufrimiento. Se fue lo amigo falso, que heavy me siento. Estoy feliz, que heavy se siente. Ama tu vida, no pienses tanto en la muerte. Date un consejo y despeja tu mente. Y con un buen ambiente, con gente diferente. Amanecí contento. Hoy yo me voy de rumba, me voy a gozar mi vida. No sé si mañana estoy en una tumba. Zumba, amanecí contento. Hoy yo me voy de rumba, voy a gozar mi vida. No sé si mañana estoy en una tumba. Y yo voy a beber, hasta que me saquen malo. Y yo voy a beber, hasta que me saquen malo.
Ahora sí, los dueños del swing, para que sepa, brother. A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura, con que esa morena mueve la cintura. A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura, con que esa morena mueve la cintura. Y a mí me gusta ver su delicadeza y mamando la cintura, siempre la cabeza. A mí me gusta ver su delicadeza y mamando la cintura, siempre la cabeza. Cuando llega el baile, llama la atención, y en el escenario ella se roba el show. Baila con su estilo, como un figurín, por eso es que yo digo que esa negra tiene swing. A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura, porque esa morena mueve la cintura. A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura, porque esa morena mueve la cintura. Cuando llega el baile, llama la atención, y en el escenario ella se roba el show. Baila con su estilo, como un figurín, por eso es que yo digo que esa negra tiene swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing, qué lindo swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing, qué lindo swing, swing, swing. ¡Guapa! Pero qué swing, y no me la ven, Juanito. ¡No falló! Y tiene swing, y baila swing, qué lindo swing, y goza swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing, con mucho swing, swing, swing. Moviendo la cadera, ok mujeres, todo el mundo. Moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera. A la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha. ¡Vamos! Moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera, moviendo la cadera. A la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda, a la derecha, a la izquierda. Swing, swing, swing. Johnny Raza, ahí sí hay swing.
dónde vamos después de la playa. Si nos secamos, yo traigo la toalla y de nuevo nos vamos. Pero en mi cama te voy a hacer tabla de surfearte. Mami, tú vives lejos, pero como quiera yo voy a buscarte. Porque eso está bueno y te lo mereces. Al frente del mar es que yo quiero darte, pa' que se pongan contentos todos los peces. Tú estás mojada, yo estoy ready pa' surfearte. Tranquila que yo sé que te a veces. La otra vez en la playa te emborrachaste, me diste que te bese. Prende eso, prende eso, prende eso. Ando con el apechado, que no me llame nadie hoy, ¿ok? Me lo voy a beber todo. Hey, todo el mundo borracho bailando en la playa, sintiendo el calor, sintiendo el calor. Tú llevas rato mirando y mirando, pégate mejor, pégate mejor. De esa chapa se hablan, toda la barbería y en el colmadón, en el colmadón. Hey, tú no, yo sé que es Romeo y yo le voy a hacer comodón, le voy a hacer comodón. Salí con tu mujer. Ya Dios me perdona, falta tú. Y borracho, borracho. Ya llegó el real, ya llegó el real, ya llegó el real, ya llegó el real. Esta vaina para que baile la mujer, porque tenemos algo que ellas quieren. El comando para que baile el tiburón, el que vacila bailando siempre perrón. Y el consumo para que vacile la mujer, porque traemos formato que ellas quieren. El consumo para que baile el tiburón, el que vacila bailando siempre perrón. Pero que ya llegó el real, ya llegó el real, ya llegó el real. Ya llegó por el verdadero toque de queda.
Dale, busca a tu amiguita, vámonos pa'l río, que tótate, corre, 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 corre. Busca a tu amiguita, vámonos pa'l río, que tótate, corre, 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 dale, corre, corre, dale, dale, corre, 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 dale, corre, corre, dale, dale, corre, corre. No lo apague, préndelo, dale que soda pa' todo, que soda pa' todo. No lo apague, préndelo, dale que soda pa' todo, que soda pa' todo. No lo apague, préndelo, dale que soda pa' todo, que soda pa' todo. No lo apague, préndelo, dale que soda pa' todo, que soda pa' todo. Tengo la gente vuelta loca pataleando. Si te pasa con mi combo te frenamos. Vamos pa' allá pa' los fariseos. Ustedes nada más le queda mirando con deseo. Chita, dando tu coro y no me morita. Si te da el blanquito, lígate una lechita. Muévelo heavy si quieres que yo repita. Frente con tu corito que le vamos a dar todiza. Asicalao siempre en la calle. Asegurao, acelerado. Asegurao, asicalao siempre en la calle. Asegurao y acelerado. Asegurao, asicalao siempre en la calle. Asegurao y acelerado. Asegurao, asicalao siempre en la calle. Dale, busca a tu amiguita, vámonos pa'l río, que tótate, corre, 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 corre. Busca a tu amiguita, vámonos pa'l río, que tótate, corre, 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 dale, dale, corre, 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 corre.
Tiró el coba, dañan el party, los negros vienen a pie entrando por los matorrales. Averigua con los turis feria que hay que entregarle, que yo tengo una alta que no quiero que se me baje. Me tiró el coba, dañan el party, vamos pa' mi bloque en el party. Me tiró el coba, dañan el party, vamos pa' mi bloque en el party. Con los ojos chinos, en circuito nos metimos de Villa Duarte a Los Pinos. Me quedan todos los flows, ya ni siquiera los combino. Le frenamos a los general que este nivel ya no adivino. Soy una para y como un tigre maquino, 10 minutos de pasar la vuelta, yo sé dónde vino. Yo tengo un bloque que no asara a los vecinos, trae lambino, trae lambino, trae lambino, trae lambino, trae lambino. Tiró el coba, dañan el party, los negros vienen a pie entrando por los matorrales. Averigua con los putis y feria que hay que entregarle, que yo tengo una alta que no quiero que se me baje. Le tiró el coba, dañan el party, como pa' mi bloque que el party. Le tiró el coba, dañan el party, como pa' mi bloque que el party.
Y reserva el VIP completo. Baila amigo Godán, brinca como Tarzán, me encaramo arriba de ti, como un plan, la bola se me plan, claro que son un plan, te estás jamaqueando como que son un biguán, todo lo vende Juan, y no le lo paloteas, un poco de lejía, donde ven todos los cuartos como un charlatán, tirándolo para arriba para que baile cocotán, dando los cuartos como un charlatán, tirándolo para arriba para que baile cocotán, tirándolo para arriba para que baile cocotán. 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 No hay mujeres, yo soy un charlatán. Todas las colegas me lo dan. Me paré para la nevera y todas las ropas se quitan. Amanecimos guayando fracatán. Las mujeres tan me levantan el loco. Acá te pelado, dos yo orino por los tigres que andaban con ella no lo conozco. Le pedí 40 champañas y quedaron locos. Amanecieron todos en el apartamento mío. De tiro para la playa y el teteo para el bote mío. Un reguero de tigres atrevido. Que cuando se dan dos patrullas le quedo donde quiera hacer un lío. Los cuartos también me quedaban segatán. Tirándolo para arriba para que baile cocotán. Tirándolo para arriba para que baile cocotán.
Bendeció, me dice mami, tú es sueño, lo despierto si está dormido, que me comunió. Bendeció, me dice mami, tú es sueño, lo despierto si está dormido, que me comunió. Bendeció, 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 bendeció,
bendita, diablo que me qué mala con burrita, experiencia como frita, me dio uno, me cuenta la conquista, me dijo que